Are you in the market for a townhome, but you want to be able to pick out some of your design features and you want to be in the San Antonio, Florida area? Well, I've got the perfect thing for you. Come on, let's go. Welcome to the Shores at MIRADA. Now, there's not a whole lot to see here right now because it's still very new and under construction. In fact, they don't even have a model open. This is their work center. It's a trailer. So they don't even have a model home available for you to see yet in this community. This is located in MIRADA in San Antonio, Florida. If you're not familiar with MIRADA, that is home to the 15-acre Crystal Lagoon. And as an owner here of these townhomes at the Shores at MIRADA, you will have access to the Crystal Lagoon as part of your ownership. You pay for it in part of your monthly fees. Hopefully we'll get to the fees closer to the end of this video when somebody comes back from lunch, because I'm the only one here right now and the fees are not published online. Let's talk about location. San Antonio, Florida is a little bit north of downtown Tampa. It is a suburb of Tampa. It is probably, well, it's about 35 miles from downtown Tampa. It will take you 45 minutes or so to get downtown. That depends on the time of day. The airport takes about an hour. The beautiful Gulf Coast beaches, that's about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on which beach you go to. But the location is really convenient because I'm actually going to spin the camera around here. This road behind me that you see, that is State Road 52, and State Road 52 gives you access to I-75, and from I-75, that's how you get to downtown Tampa and all the places that I just mentioned. So you are probably about 2 minutes or so from I-75 from the entrance of this townhome community. These homes are built by Dream Finders Homes. They also build single family homes, but they do not have single family homes that I'm aware of in MIRADA just yet. They have them in a sister community over in Angeline, and they have one down at the Lagoon community in Parish as well. They build single family homes there as well, but not here in MIRADA. So this is their first venture into building in this area. Now, they will be offering two different floor plans here. They have the Sand Dollar and they have the Sea Breeze. The Sand Dollar is actually one of the interior units, and it's a little bit bigger than the end unit. It's about 1,600 square feet of living area. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a 1-car garage. Now, I am creating a brochure for you that I will link in the description below that has the floor plan available for you, so you can very easily look at it. But I found that really interesting that the interior unit was bigger than the corner unit. But here's the reason why. The Sea Breeze, which is closer to about 1,400, and let's see, yeah, it's about 1,420 square feet of living area. That has a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath as well, but it has a 2-car garage. That's really important in townhome living because sometimes the townhomes only have a 1-car garage, or they have a bunch of 2-car garages, but it's harder to find a 2-car garage townhome. So it's nice that they have a 2-car garage option for you, and those are the end units, which are going to give up some of that space for the garage in the living area portion. Like I said, you're going to have access to the 15-acre Crystal Lagoon. Now, you're going to have to get in your car and go over there unless they have access from the back way, the back part of the community, to get into the lagoon area. I'm not sure, the site plan did not show that you had access over to the lagoon, so you may have to go out onto 52 and then down to MIRADA Boulevard. Regardless, it's only about a 5-minute drive, if that. But on site here, you're going to have a playground, you're going to have pickleball courts, you're going to have a half basketball court, there's going to be a dog park, and there's also going to be a couple other what they call parks. I think they're kind of like picnic areas, but you will have that within the community where the townhome is located. Of course, you will have high-speed internet, because who doesn't have high-speed internet anymore? But that is one of the things that they like to say here, is that you have extra ultra-fi, hi-fi, super speedy internet within the MIRADA community. And here's something that you may want to know. I mean, we got hurricanes last year. We didn't get them this year, thank goodness. I mean, there's still a little bit of time, but we did not have storms this year. But last year we had 2 back-to-back hurricanes. And during that time, the people that lived in the MIRADA community, there were only a very few people that lost power and internet services for a short period of time. Most everybody kept their power and kept their internet services because the utilities are underground here. Now, just about a mile and a half away from here, which is where I live in the city limits of San Antonio, Florida, I lost power for almost a week. I had no internet, no power for almost a week. And I am not complaining because so many people lost so much while they were located, living like on the very coast of our beautiful state. But, you know, here in MIRADA, inland coastal living, they did not lose those amenities. And, you know, that is worth something. I know for people who work at home, especially, or just because everything else was closed, you couldn't leave your house. You kind of had to stay put for a while because the schools were closed. Now let's talk about the schools. The schools that this townhome community is zoned for is San Antonio Elementary, Pasco Middle, and then Pasco High. Those are schools that all of my 4 kids went to. And so I'm not sure what they're rated or not rated. I personally had a good experience with my family when they attended those schools. In fact, one of my kids is an attorney, and the other one is going to school to be kind of a rocket scientist or whatever. So it's really what you make of your schooling situation, in my opinion, but that is up to you. There is school choice. There are private school options as well, but that is what you are zoned for here. It occurred to me that I forgot to mention to you how close you are to a public shopping center. It is literally right. You might be able to see a little bit of a 7-Eleven right over here. That's a gas station, car wash, 7-Eleven. It's very busy in the mornings. People are getting their Gatorades and waters for the day. All the people that work around here. It gets very, very busy around 6 or so, 6:30. But right past that, right on the other side of the parking lot from that, is a Publix. The Publix has the pharmacy and a separate liquor store. There's a nail salon there. There is a restaurant called Hungry Greek. It's a quick restaurant, but it's super good. There's also a Max's Pet. They do grooming, and you can get some dog food there and pet toys and things like that. And then there's a couple other things right there. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Oh, the UPS store is there as well. So you have amenities right here. They're also going to be building an Advent hospital very close by towards the entrance of MIRADA at MIRADA Boulevard and State Road 52. And then just down to the east is Dade City. That's about 5 miles away. You have the quaint little shops and whatnot. If you don't know about Dade City, I'll pop a video up here about Dade City so you can take a look at that. And if you're not familiar with the city limits of San Antonio, because MIRADA's in San Antonio, but it's not in the city limits of San Antonio. San Antonio has its own tiny little town. It's not very big at all, and there's just a couple of things there. I'll pop a video about San Antonio up here as well, so you can take a look at that and get familiar with the area. One of the things that I really like about this townhome community, this particular builder for townhomes, is that you will get to pick out some of your design features, your flooring, your countertops, your faucets, for instance. Some of the other townhome builders, and I won't say their names, do not allow you to do that. There is another one within this community that does let you do that, and my buyers have been very happy that they are able to customize their design features. So there is a design center that you will visit, and they will allow you to pick out some of the features. Now let's talk about cost. We didn't even talk about cost. You can get in to the, let me check my notes here. Yes. you can get into one of these townhomes, and the one with the one-car garage, so the sand dollar, you can get into it for about $265,000 right now. Now, that's not going to include any of the upgrades at the design center, so you have to factor that in. And because there's not a sales rep here for me to ask, I can't ask them exactly how much the average is that somebody spends, but from my experience, somebody will spend maybe $25,000, $30,000 or so on those kind of upgrades. The Sea Breeze is a little bit more expensive. Right now, they are showing that is just over $300,000 that they're publishing that online. I want to say they were, gosh, maybe around $310,000 or so right now. But those prices, those can change at any time. They are offering really great interest rate incentives and some other closing cost incentives. Easy for me to say, but all of that can change depending on the day, the week, the month. And so it's really important that we make an appointment to meet with the on-site sales rep. So you give me a call, I set up the appointment, and then we come and we figure out all of that. We see what kind of things we can get for you as part of your deal, if you will. What are you going to pay for the property? What are you going to pay for the upgrades? What's your interest rate going to be? All those things I can help you negotiate. So you definitely want to give me a call. I'm Allison Newland. I'm the broker owner of Platinum Properties of Florida, located right here in San Antonio, Florida. Been doing this a long time. I live in the area. I don't live in MIRADA because MIRADA didn't exist all these years that I've lived here. And then just as a kind of a fun side note, when I pulled up here today to, come into this, their trailer office, right? There's a porta potty right here. When you get out of your car here, it does not smell good. So that's kind of the about having a working job site, is that, oh my gosh, it really smells really bad. I'm gonna just hop in my car now. Hopefully by the time that you call me, we have some actual physical models open so you don't have to deal with that. I'm glad the wind is blowing away from it, but it's still, the stench is pretty bad. But if you get in here before other people do, and I mean be one of the first people to buy in this townhome community, you're gonna get one of the best prices. So that's the great news. So if you can deal with a little stink, then you might be able to get a non-stinky price. All right, I'm out. So if living in MIRADA, close to easy access to I-75, in a townhome that you can customize a little bit with some design features in this price range of the mid 200s to the low 300s interest you, and you want to find out more, like what are the HOA fees, what is the CDD fee, send me a message. We will set up a time where we can have a brief conversation, maybe set up a meeting and come look at them in person and see if it's a right fit for you. For more information about living in and around San Antonio, Florida, watch this video.